She's just one of those very special type of artists that with her music and her spirit and her joy and her heart really touched people.
We, the jury, find the defendant Yolanda Saldivar guilty of the offense of murder.
We have a woman ran in the lobby, said she's been shot. She's laying on the floor and there's blood. Okay. Where are you? How old is she? She looks about 20.
I allowed myself to feel all of those emotions that I had pent up inside, that I had pushed down, that I had to be strong to play this character, and I cried for her.
The death of Selena Quintanilla was no doubt a shock to everyone that to this day, people want to know the actual reason behind her death, and her fans mourn to this day. However, Jennifer Lopez, who also played her character in a movie, has reportedly decided to address all the rumors and is revealing the real reason behind her M, which shockingly also involved Clive Davis.
She's just one of those very special type of artists that with her music and her spirit and her joy and her heart really touched people.
Long before she became known simply as J.LO, Jennifer Lopez transformed into the late Latin recording artist Selena Quintanilla for the 1997 biopic Selena. Before gaining recognition as a fly girl on the Fox TV series In Living Color, Lopez had already appeared in several films, including Mi Familia 1995, Money Train 1995, and Jack 1996. However, her portrayal of the iconic singer Selena was Lopez's breakthrough role, earning her a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a musical or comedy in 1998.
Now this is nice. What do you think?
Where am I going to get the boobs for that?
Lopez dedicated herself to the role, immersing herself in research, even going so far as to sleep in Selena's bed, to truly understand the tragically short life of the queen of Tejano music. When Lopez first secured the role in 1996, the wounds from Selena's tragic death in 1995 were still fresh. Alongside this, Lopez faced criticism regarding her casting, with some questioning whether she was the right kind of Latina for the role. Lopez addressed this in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, acknowledging the protests but noting the overwhelming support she received from Selena's hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas.
I honestly believe it was God sent me that role for a reason, so I could learn from her, so I could always have her as an inspiration.
Right after I got the part, I knew I would be traveling to Corpus Christi and spending time with her family, but that wasn't going to be for a few weeks, so they sent me tons of tapes to watch, she told Billboard. I sat on my couch watching them for days, and all of a sudden, the tape cut off on me. I was shocked, and I thought to myself, that's what happened. This amazing, beautiful spirit, full of joy and music and so much feeling, was just cut off in the middle of being. It affected me so much and made me realize the importance of what I was doing. That symbolism further fueled Lopez's commitment to the role. It was about portraying her as authentically as possible, so that viewers were completely absorbed in her story, Lopez emphasized. You have to consider the entire narrative and your role within it, while also delving into the essence of the character, understanding what drives them emotionally, right down to their mannerisms. Lopez's dedication extended beyond mere portrayal. She sought to encapsulate Selena's essence so profoundly that audiences would be wholly engrossed in her character, disconnected from any other influences or distractions. But simply watching footage wasn't sufficient for Lopez. She was determined to connect with Selena's family, who were still reeling from their profound loss. I absorbed everything, Lopez shared in an Apple Music interview. I even slept in her bed at home. I engaged with the entire family, spending meaningful time with them. It was a bittersweet experience, melancholic yet beautiful. Through this intimate family time, Lopez gained invaluable insights into Selena's life. Speaking to Entertainment Tonight, she mentioned getting to know her sister Suzette, her mother and father, meeting her husband Chris, and her brother AB. We basically just hung out, recalls Selena's sister Suzette Quintanilla. Lopez was genuinely interested in hearing stories about Selena, our experiences together on the road, and how things were for us. She asked a lot of questions, trying to understand not just who Selena was as an individual, but our family dynamic as a whole. This approach proved effective. Suzette noted that during a subsequent Grammy appearance where Lopez dressed as Selena, for a split second I thought it was my sister. Lopez absorbed many aspects of Selena's life, particularly her fearless approach to living in the moment. She had this sense of living in the present, following her heart, Lopez shared with Billboard. That was the most significant lesson for me. Moreover, Lopez admired Selena's grace in managing her career and personal life, her humor, her passion for her work, and her strong family bond. Reflecting on Selena's enduring impact, Lopez expressed sorrow over her untimely departure, emphasizing how she left an indelible mark due to her remarkable qualities and the deep love she had for her craft and family.
I'm not a singer. I haven't performed as a singer, so I'm a dancer. I'd be singing and the mic be over here. I'd be like, Yeah.
Selena's brief life is marked by a poignant twist in hindsight. Jennifer Lopez reflected on the challenges Selena faced at a young age, like launching a clothing line and marrying early. Lopez felt a deep impact from Selena's zest for life and the realization that tomorrow is never guaranteed. Recreating Selena's iconic looks was no small feat, with over 30 outfits to emulate. Lopez fondly recalled Selena's signature red bustier with leggings and jeweled bras in various colors like black, gold, white, and red. Additionally, the team had to stage a concert at the Houston Astrodome. It was a real concert. 30,000 to 40,000 people showed up just for her for that scene, Lopez reminisced. The experience moved Selena's family deeply, as her mother embraced Lopez in tears afterward. That scene left a lasting impact on Lopez as an actress. At that moment, I learned how to truly become a performer and give everything I had to the audience. It really freed me up. It was a very powerful moment, she expressed. Even after Selena's passing, Lopez believes she continued to learn from Selena's career, influencing her own path. It was great for her to be my mentor in a way and teach me so much about navigating this business, but also how to navigate life, Lopez shared with NBC News. Lopez imagined that if Selena were still here, she would be pursuing similar endeavors. It's a sad story. It still gets to me. It really marked my life at that time, getting to know the family and working with them. It was an important part of my life. It still is, she reflected. Selena's influence led Lopez to focus on her music career immediately after the film. Right after that movie, I decided to make my first record, and I did, Lopez recalled. The impact of the film extended beyond Lopez's personal journey. It made a significant statement in the industry. It was a Latin movie starring a Latin girl playing a Latin artist with a Latin director. It was like, she's worth this, Lopez told Variety. Years later, reflecting on the film's 20th anniversary, Lopez emphasized Selena's uniqueness as a breakthrough artist. It has always bothered me that people would try to think that there's a next Selena. It's like saying there's another James Dean or Marilyn Monroe. People like that don't come along every day. It's a special thing that Selena had. That's why we're still talking about her 20 years later, Lopez concluded. And people are not just talking about Selena as a phenomenal singer, but they want answers about her tragic death, the wound that never healed from her fans' hearts. It was meant to mark the beginning of a promising new phase. Selena Quintanilla Perez, the Tejano music star, was in the midst of working on her English crossover album, Dreaming of You, following the triumph of her 4 Spanish-language albums across Mexico and Latin America. Tragically, before she could complete her record, Selena was fatally shot by her former fan club president, Yolanda Saldivar, on March 31st, 1995, at the age of 23.
Star faded away today. Tejano music queen Selena has been gunned down in Corpus Christi.
Though Selena is physically no longer with us, her essence continues to resonate in our culture even 26 years after her passing. It's not just her music that endures, but also her distinctive fashion sense and style. Since Selena's untimely death, there has been an array of Selena-inspired fashion lines, makeup collections, tribute albums, concerts, musicals, memorials, Barbie dolls, wax figures, drag performances, and various other artistic endeavors commemorating her life, including a Netflix series. Christian Serratos notably captures Selena's spirit with precision in this series. When Selena passed away, I told my family that I was going to try to keep her memory alive through her music, Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla Jr., told People in 2020. And 25 years later, I think we, as a family, accomplished that. In the final month before her tragic passing, Selena Quintanilla Perez was indeed at the pinnacle of her career, showcasing her immense talent and ambition. On February 26, 1995, she delivered a memorable performance with her band Los Dinos to a crowd exceeding 60,000 at the Houston Astrodome, clad in her iconic purple pantsuit, a testament to her star power and widespread appeal. Shortly after this electrifying show, Selena attended the Grammy Awards for the second time. Her 4th studio album, Amor Prohibido, was nominated for Best Mexican-American Performance. Although she didn't secure the win on this occasion, it's worth noting that her live album, Selena Live, had triumphed the previous year, clinching the Grammy for Best Mexican-American Album in 1994. Amidst her musical endeavors, Selena was also busy recording I Could Fall in Love in Franklin, Tennessee, collaborating with the esteemed songwriter and producer Keith Thomas. Beyond her music career, Selena was exploring new horizons with Selena Etc., an expanding boutique brand she had launched in the preceding year. With stores already established in San Antonio and her hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas, Selena was poised to further develop her business ventures and leave an even greater mark on the fashion and retail landscape. In early March 1995, Selena and her family uncovered financial issues involving her fan club and fashion brand. They alleged that Saldivar, who had been promoted to manage the boutiques due to her successful work with the club, had failed to deliver paid-for items to fans and had embezzled $30,000, as reported by the Associated Press at the time. Selena made several attempts to retrieve the records, including one at a Days Inn motel in Corpus Christi, where Saldivar shot Selena in the back with a .38 caliber revolver. The bullet damaged an artery in her collarbone before exiting her chest, affecting her brain function negatively, according to the Associated Press. Motel employees later testified that after being shot, Selena ran into the hotel's lobby, chased by Saldivar. Selena managed to provide Saldivar's name and room number before collapsing. She was then rushed to Corpus Christi Memorial Hospital, where she was pronounced dead, according to AP reports. This testimony conflicted with Saldivar's defense claim that the shooting was accidental. Saldivar was ultimately found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Despite maintaining her innocence, Saldivar's appeals over the years have been unsuccessful.
I'm Jeff Brady. Coming up on the Night Beat, the woman accused of killing Selena may, in fact, have been her closest colleague and best friend.
Shauna Vela, the desk clerk at the Days Inn at the time of the shooting, was checking out a guest at the time when Selena came running in. "I was checking out the guest and a lady came running into the entrance and was asking for help," Vela stated in her testimony. "She was saying, 'Help me, please help me.' I asked her, 'Help you do what?' She said, 'Help me, please. I have been shot.' I said, 'You've been shot?' And she said, 'Yes.' When she said, 'I have been shot,' she turned and put her arms down, and that is when I saw the blood." As Vela called 911, Selena went into a nearby room and laid down. When Vela went into the room to check on her, Selena confirmed that Saldivar was the one who shot her. "I knelt down to her and asked who shot her," Vela said. She said, "Yolanda, room 158. I went to the box and got all the information about hash 158. The singer then asked Vela to lock the door out of fear that Saldivar would find her and shoot her again. Selena was then rushed to Corpus Christi Memorial Hospital, where she was pronounced dead from severe blood loss and cardiac arrest after doctors attempted to perform surgery. After a more than 9-hour standoff, Saldivar surrendered to police. She was sentenced to life in prison and is currently serving her sentence at the Mountain View Unit in Gatesville, Texas. However, the situation was filled with speculations when the culprit confirmed in the court that she did not deliberately shoot Selena. A new docuseries exploring the murder of Selena Quintanilla Perez is generating controversy among fans and her family. The two-part series titled Selena and Yolanda: The Secrets Between Them premiered in February 2024. It includes extensive interviews with Selena's convicted killer, Yolanda Saldivar, who is serving a life sentence in prison for first-degree murder. According to previous reports by NBC News, Saldivar attempted to appeal her murder conviction in 1998, which was unsuccessful. She will become eligible for parole next year. In the docuseries, Yolanda Saldivar claims she did not intentionally kill Selena during the incident at a motel in Corpus Christi, Texas. Saldivar, who is the president of Selena's fan club and managed her clothing boutiques, denies the long-standing accusation of embezzlement. Instead, Saldivar alleges that Selena asked her to make purchases to cover up an extramarital affair, asserting that she was reimbursing herself and that Selena was aware of this arrangement. However, Saldivar did not present any evidence to support these claims in the docuseries. "I think it's time to set the story straight after so many years," Saldivar stated in a preview clip for the show. "I knew her secrets, and I believe people deserve to know the truth. This is not the first time Saldivar has offered her version of events. In 1995, she said in an interview with ABC's 2020 that she did not deliberately case Selena. "They made me out to be a monster, and I just want to say I did not case Selena," she asserted. "It was an accident, and my conscience is clear." During this interview, Saldivar described a heated dispute between herself and Selena at the Days Inn motel. She claimed that in a moment of distress, she put a G to her own head and threatened S. Saldivar, then alleged that she waved the gun toward the door and accidentally shot Selena. Chris Perez, Selena's widower, testified in court that he and Selena had removed removed Saldivar from the singer's checking accounts 2 weeks before Selena's death due to a lack of trust, according to a 1998 court document from the Texas Court of Appeals during Saldivar's unsuccessful appeal of her murder conviction. Witnesses observed Selena running into a motel lobby with Saldivar in pursuit, waving a gun, as noted in the appeals court's decision affirming her conviction. Selena collapsed in the lobby but managed to identify Saldivar as her assailant before losing consciousness, according to details from the Texas Appeals Court document. Selena's family criticized the upcoming docuseries for providing Saldivar a platform, with Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla Jr., asserting, "No one's going to believe what she has to say anyway. Everyone knows there's zero truth to anything that comes out of her mouth," in comments to TMZ. The family declined to participate in the docuseries. NBC News has sought comment from the family's spokesperson and Abraham Quintanilla Jr. directly regarding Saldivar's claims. Fans have also expressed disapproval of the series' timing, airing just 1 month before the 29th anniversary of Selena's death, and so they also speculated about the real alleged handler of Saldivar, and they suspect none other than Clive Davis. But why? One person wrote, "Just a strange, bizarre turn of events back then. Man, I never took her for granted, and it was just so cool that she was from around the way and was doing it big, you know. It still hurts and sucks that everything happened like that to her. The 90s were as dark as they were bright. Supernovas were gone. It still don't feel right. SMDH." Another one added, "So sad, and it was on April Fool's Day. I can only imagine the confusion for the viewers, and then to find out it actually all went down was definitely devastating. In the time of her death, even Whitney Houston, who inspired so many others herself, took notice of what Selena accomplished in her short yet prolific career. What Selena did in the English market was brilliant," Houston, who died in 2012, told the New York Daily News in 1999. "Clive Davis and I are thinking about me doing that in the other direction. But speculations have it that before she could do anything, Clive allegedly finished Selena, as he probably was scared of Selena's gigantic rise to fame. The reason behind the speculations is that he also supposedly is involved in Whitney's demise as well. Astounded by Houston's extraordinary singing talent and her image as an all-American sweetheart, Clive seized the chance to propel her into megastardom. This move not only greatly benefited Whitney, but also significantly boosted Clive Davis's net worth, reportedly reaching close to $800 million. However, as Whitney Houston navigated the complexities of the music industry, she, like many others, began to observe peculiar and unsettling occurrences. In her 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer, she candidly addressed the challenges she faced and the demons she battled, shedding light on the darker aspects of the industry. Whitney at times looked uneasy, uncomfortable, and at many times cautious within every word she spoke, and even spoke that she herself was possessed with an inner devil whom was controlling her.
It was rough. I think I kind of reverted back as I got older and said, well, I'm just gonna party, you know? It was kind of a rebel in me.
She brought up her dispute with Clive Davis and a potential conspiracy to harm her in the course of that interview. In divulging numerous industry secrets, she unwittingly made herself a target. Exploiting her vulnerabilities and past struggles with addiction, they aimed to undermine her credibility and ensure that the public didn't take her revelations seriously. The unexpected and shocking news of her demise occurred at a time when no one anticipated such a tragedy, especially given the circumstances surrounding it. It was a sorrowful twist of fate that profoundly impacted the music world. Tragically, the entertainment industry has witnessed numerous instances where artists, immersed in the demanding nature of their work, succumb to the scourge of DA. Whitney Houston was no exception. Her ongoing battle with DA and smoking, coupled with deteriorating health, cast a shadow over her entire career until it reached an irreversible tipping point. The unfortunate turn of events occurred on February 11th, 2012, the day before the scheduled Grammy Awards. On that day, the music industry luminaries gathered in Los Angeles for the Grammys, and Whitney Houston, accompanied by her family and friends, checked into the Beverly Hilton Hotel. A tradition preceding the Grammys was Clive Davis, Houston's mentor, hosting a pre-Grammy party. As preparations for the evening's festivities were underway, Houston's assistant, Mary Jones, arranged her dress on the bed and then left the room. What transpired during the brief period Jones was away, leading to the discovery of Houston unconscious and submerged face down in a water-filled bathtub upon her return, remained a mystery until the coroner's report provided insights. Tragically, Houston was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. on the same day at the scene.
3:43 yesterday afternoon when a member of Houston's entourage located her body inside this hotel. So far, police and the coroner are refusing.
During the investigation, the police discovered an open champagne bottle and a spoon containing a white crystal-like substance in close proximity to Whitney Houston. Additionally, a variety of medications, including an antidepressant, a muscle relaxant, and allergy medication, were found in her system during the autopsy. The coroner's report, released several weeks later, attributed Houston's death to heart disease, the use of C, and accidental drowning. It was also revealed that Houston had a mild case of emphysema, a condition affecting the lungs and causing shortness of breath, contributing to the gradual loss of her captivating and powerful voice. Numerous speculations about Houston's personal life emerged, explored in films, documentaries, and biopics released both before and after her death. However, amidst all the scrutiny, what remained unwavering was Houston's musical prowess and her soulful, mesmerizing voice. On one end of the spectrum, Clive Davis is revered and celebrated as a highly accomplished producer. He's renowned for his ability to nurture a diverse array of artists and create musical masterpieces that have left an enduring impact on the industry. His legacy and innovative practices have firmly established him as a pivotal figure in shaping the modern music landscape.
Consistent with what you're writing about, you could go from one side of the stage to the other.
Yet lurking in the shadows is a contrasting perception of Clive Davis. Some voices paint a more nuanced and controversial picture, suggesting a darker side to his persona. Critics portray him as one of the industry's early gay gatekeepers, allegedly wielding influence through manipulation and calculated actions. These claims depict him as a strategic operator, operating behind the scenes and orchestrating moves that extend beyond the public eye, casting him in the light of a cold-blooded manipulator.
He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control.
Similarly, the news of Selena's sudden loss was incredibly devastating, leaving many in disbelief initially. Maria Aguirre, a receptionist for Tejano radio station KQQK at the time, shared with the New York Times that fans inundated the station with calls upon hearing about the shooting, with many seeking confirmation of Selena's death. "They cannot believe that it happened," she remarked. "It's almost like the feeling when John Lennon died. She was the queen of Tejano." The impact of Selena's tragic passing was profound, akin to the shock and sorrow felt by many when John Lennon passed away. She had become a beloved icon in the world of Tejano music. Selena's passing sparked a profound public display of grief. My San Antonio reported that over 60,000 fans attended her public viewing at the Bayfront Convention Center. Additionally, fans gathered for a mass in Selena's honor at the LA Sports Arena, the very venue where she was scheduled to perform on that fateful day. Selena was laid to rest at the Seaside Memorial Cemetery in Corpus Christi, Texas, on April 3, 1995. The private funeral was broadcast live as detailed by Texas Monthly. In Chris Perez's memoir, he described how guests were invited to place white roses on her coffin. By the time Selena was buried, a 2-foot pile of roses had accumulated atop the coffin. He wrote, "The overwhelming display of flowers was a poignant tribute to Selena's enduring impact and the depth of affection her fans held for her." Selena's family members, Abraham, her mother Marcella, her siblings AB, Abraham III, Suzette, and her husband Chris Perez, are all alive and doing well today. AB and Chris were both part of Los Dinos, Selena's band, and have continued making music in various capacities. While there have been a few Los Dinos reunions, notably at the 2015 Billboard Music Awards, AB and Chris have pursued their own musical endeavors. Suzette manages the family's entertainment company and studio, Q Productions, which was founded by her father in 1993 and was where Selena recorded her music. The studio also houses the Selena Museum, established in response to the thousands of letters mailed to the family by fans expressing their desire to have Selena's memories shared with the public. Suzette has also collaborated closely with MAC Cosmetics on their second Selena collection. Additionally, Abraham and Marcella run the Selena Foundation, which aims to assist children in need. The foundation has partnered with local groups in Texas to organize live events like the Fiesta de la Flor, which honors Selena's legacy and celebrates her impact on music and culture. In 2012, Chris published his memoir about his relationship with Selena titled To Selena with Love. Last February, Selena's father announced on Facebook that he had completed co-writing a book with Nancy de los Santos, who co-produced the 1997 Selena biopic starring Jennifer Lopez, propelling both the late singer and the actress to global fame. During the 20th anniversary of the Selena movie in 2017, Abraham and Suzette shared reflections on Selena's enduring legacy with Entertainment Tonight. "She possessed this wonderful personality and extraordinary talent," Suzette remarked. "When When you combine all of that together, I believe that's why we continue to celebrate her. Later that year, the family gathered to unveil Selena's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The event drew one of the largest crowds organizers had ever seen. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.